So here's Rachel right now. And Rachel,
Yeah.
어느 토픽으로 하고 싶어? 커뮤니티를 봐봐. Which topic? Which topic do you want?
14분 전에 올라오는 그 자유 시간이랑 재활용하기?
재활용. Okay. What is 재활? Okay. Recycling, right?
Recycling and
Recycling and free time?
Yeah.
Well, what about other topics?
Or
다른 거. What do they say?
introduce your home,
Your home. Okay. Housing. Okay.
housing.
Okay. Something else.
family responsibility,
Family responsibility. Anything else?
technology.
Technology.
Yeah.
All right. Then let's do which one? You choose.
I feel
I'm gonna-
like I wanna do free time.
Free time?
Yeah.
Let's do free time.
Yeah.
Here we go. Where do people in your country go to in their free time? Do they go to parks or beaches? Tell me everything about the places people go to in their free time.
영어의 영동이면 일로 와.
I guess people usually go to parks whenever they have free time because you have the freedom to do various activities there, and I think people love to have options at a park, and the options are endless. And the many parks have trails, so many people tend to ride their bikes there, and the scenery is great, and the air is quite fresh. And you know what? Well, what am I saying? Some people prefer relaxing instead, and so a lot of them order chicken and beer, and chat up a store with their friends. But you know what? That's the common thing to do here in Korea. And of course, there's another option. Another option is to just simply lie down on the grass, and occasionally you can even see some people basking. Those performances are definitely a special treat. I think it's a no-brainer to go to parks because there are so many things to do, and it's like a playground for adults.
여러분! What I love about this answer is that it really starts off naturally. It really shows that she's thinking on the spot, and that's the way you actually want to answer any type of open question. How does she answer here? I guess people usually go to parks. Very, very nice. You could start with I guess, I think. Those are all thinking type of words, and I highly encourage you to do the same. I guess people usually go to parks whenever they have free time because you have the freedom to do various activities there. This main point is so solid. And before I hear the rest of the answer, I know exactly what she's gonna talk about. She's gonna be talking about how people spend their free time, especially at parks, because, well, there's so many things to do there, but the only thing missing now is this a good thing or a bad thing? Many students, when they try to make a good main point, sometimes this crucial information is often neglected. But did Rachel actually miss that information?
No, she did not.
Because right on her next sentence, she says this. And I think people love to have options at a park. People love it. Especially when they get to choose what they can do and want to do at a park. 여러분, 만약에 바스킨 로빈스에 가면은 그냥 한 플레이버만 있으면은 좋아할 겁니까? 여러 가지 플레이버가 있으니까 바스킨 로빈스는 엄청 좋아하잖아요. Same thing with a park. And that is what Rachel is trying to say. 그리고 여기 다음 부분. And the options are endless. 여기 계속 똑같은 말을 하네요. 파크에는 할 게 엄청 많다. 사람들이 그걸 엄청 좋아한다. 진짜 끝없이 많다. Again, a very solid main point. Now, honestly, your main point doesn't have to be this long. To tell you the truth, a shorter main point is always the best way to go. Because you have to remember that your main message must always be clear. A long main point runs into the risk of making that main message unclear, and as a result, making your main point weak. Remember, more is not always better. So be masters of short main points first, and then as you keep practicing and you become much better at it, then start practicing longer main points if you can. Here, you could say something like this. I guess people love to go to parks whenever they have free time because there are so many fun activities to do there. 아무튼, what Rachel did here is just absolutely amazing. Let's continue.
And the many parks have trails, so many people tend to ride their bikes there.
And the many parks have trails, so many people tend to ride their bikes there. First of all, I absolutely love how Rachel used a combination of fillers here. And honestly, as you guys get better with the filler use, try to start using filler combos whenever you are thinking about your next word or the next sentence, because this will help you sound even smoother. Now, the next part here is a little bit of a mistake, and it's a common one that I often hear from many students. Rachel used the word the, and then she paused, and then she went on with the next sentence using a different word. Now, I have to admit, sometimes native speakers do this as well, but most of the time when we do this, we will use the same word so that our message is not broken. This is very important. In this case, if Rachel used the, and then she's thinking about the next word, and then she used the again, it would have been much easier for us to understand. And, the parks there have many trails, blah, blah, blah. But again, in this case, she used the many parks have trails, and all of a sudden, it was a little bit harder for us to fully understand that message. Now, please don't get me wrong. It's not a big mistake, but if you keep doing this, then those little bits of confusion will add up, and your overall answer, your overall message will start to sound unclear. Now, if you feel like you cannot use the same word, and in this case, you really want to use the word many, then you have to use a filler. 예를 들어서, and many parks have trails, blah, blah, blah. Use a filler one more time and then go on to the next sentence to make the listener know that you just wanted to try that part again. 그게 엄청 중요합니다. 여기 또 제가 가장 좋아하는 word는 tend. I really love this word tend because it shows a bit of frequency. It's a very detailed word and I highly encourage you guys to use this word tend. 자, 이제 여기 다음 부분.
And the scenery is great and the air is quite fresh.
And the scenery is great and the air is quite fresh. 여기 또 필러를 썼네요. And another combination, very nice. 그리고 또 레이첼이 가장 잘 쓸 수 있는 단어, quite. 여러분들이 아직 이 단어를 안 쓰면은 계속 쓰는 연습을 해보십시오. Quite fresh, quite awesome, quite amazing. 엄청 좋은 단어입니다.
And you know what? Well, what am I saying? Some people prefer relaxing instead.
And you know what? What am I saying? Oh yeah, some people prefer relaxing instead. What I love about the you know what is that this sentence shows interaction. It really shows that she is a human being and not some AI robot. And of course, you could use this for everyday English as well. It doesn't have to be just the OPIC test. But after Rachel says this, she kind of forgets her sentence, but she doesn't just stop there and give a long silence. Remember guys, silence is poison. So here, she's actually showing that she's thinking and she goes, what am I saying? And this is actually very good strategy. Whenever you are trying to think about what you're trying to say or whatever you're saying is difficult to explain, say something like this. What am I saying? What am I trying to say? How can I explain this? And then on the next line, Rachel says, oh yeah, she remembers now. She now knows what she's gonna say. And then she continues on. Some people prefer relaxing instead. Now here's another beautiful descriptive word, instead. This is very effective because what was she talking about before? She was talking about bikes. But now she's just transitioning onto some other activities. And so she's saying, okay, some people prefer bikes, but others prefer just to relax. She's becoming very detailed just by using this one word, instead.
And so a lot of them order chicken and beer and chat up a store with their friends.
And so a lot of them order chicken and beer and chat up a storm with their friends. Okay, here again, she has a break in her thought. And the reason why it was a little bit confusing was because she didn't use the same word after her thought was broken. So this is what she does. And so a lot of them, now there's a break in her thought, her next sentence should repeat what she said before and continue on. And so a lot of them, a lot of them enjoy eating chicken and beer. 그런 식으로 하면은 훨씬 더 깔끔하고 이해하기가 엄청 더 쉽습니다. But here Rachel goes, and so a lot of them chicken. And I know she wants to say something about chicken, but it came out too soon. And so she tries to correct herself and says, order chicken and beer. Now in her mind, it makes sense because she's trying to say, and so a lot of them order chicken and beer. But to the listener, this mistake word chicken is a little bit confusing. So remember, if you are are unable to use the same words again and continue your sentence, at least use some sort of filler and then continue. That's gonna be a lot easier to understand. So for instance, and so a lot of them chicken, order chicken and beer, even though that was still a little bit confusing, it was still less confusing because of the filler. Now the next part. And chat up a storm with their friends. Another good filler use here, and a very good idiom. Chat up a storm. 대박 많이 말한다.
You know what? That's the common thing to do here in Korea.
But you know what? That's the common thing to do here in Korea. Here Rachel uses you know what again, but using a different word in the beginning. But this really shows how skilled Rachel is as she shows some level of interaction with Ava. The next part, Rachel says that's the common thing to do here in Korea. I personally prefer changing the to an so it'll sound something like that's a common thing to do here in Korea. But what I love is the level of detail here. Rachel is showing that people eat chicken and drink beer, and so what? It's very common.
And of course, there's another option. Another option is to just simply lie down on the grass.
And of course, there's another option. Another option is to just simply lie down on the grass. Okay, there's a little bit of a grammatical mistake here. What I like about the sentence is that Rachel is trying to show that there's one more thing that people can do at a park. 그러니까 그 부분을 억양으로 좀 더 emphasize 하면은 더 좋습니다. 예를 들어서, and of course, there is another option. 아니면, and of course, there's another option. 여기는 is 아니면 another를 좀 더 감정적으로 가면은 에너지를 주시면은 더 clear하게 들릴 겁니다. Now, what I didn't like about what Rachel did here is that she said another option is. 약간 어색해요. 그러니까 그 부분을 빼고 and say something like this. You can just simply lie down on the grass. Much, much better.
And occasionally, you can even see some people basking.
And occasionally, you can even see some people busking. Excellent sentence. Even more details about the various activities that you can do at a park. But my favorite word here, my favorite AL word is the word even. These small words give such great detail to your sentences, so you have to keep using these small words. Even, quite, a little bit, pretty, like. Those are all very good small words that you could constantly use to show detail. And of course, here's another good frequency word that Rachel is very good at illustrating. Occasionally.
Those random performances are definitely a special treat.
Those random performances are, now of course the word the here is a little bit confusing, and so if you're not gonna use the again, you have to use a filler, right? So in this case, those random performances, 이런 식으로 하면은 훨씬 더 좋은 거 이제 아시겠죠? Now let's take a look at this part. Those random performances are, and then now she's thinking, and she's trying to use the same words here, and then continues on with random performances are definitely a special treat. The problem is she needed that word those. She needed to use it one more time, or else it kind of sounds like she's starting from the middle of the sentence and the flow is broken. So if she did something like this, those random performances are 뭘 말해야 되지? Those random performances are definitely a special treat. 이런 식으로 해야 됩니다.
I think, it's a no-brainer to go to parks because there are so many things to do, and it's like a playground for adults.
I think, it's the no-brainer. 자, 이제 여기는 the no-brainer 아니라 a no-brainer. 다시. I think, it's a no-brainer to go to parks because there are so many things to do. 아니면 조금 더 정확하게 하려면은 there are so many things to do there. 다시. I think, it's a no-brainer to go to parks because there are so many things to do there. 여기 빨간 there하고 파란 there하고 다른 의미인 거 아시죠? And now look at what Rachel does to finish off her conclusion. She uses a very quick simile, and it's like a playground for adults. That imagery is just crystal clear. This is 오픽노잼. 요즘에 날씨가 엄청 추워지지만 우리 다 같이 영어 연습하면서 땀 나면서 따뜻하게 지냅시다. Boom!